If I could rewind time and go back to the very first day I picked up a golf club, I wouldn't buy more clubs. I wouldn't chase distance, and I definitely wouldn't try to build a proper 14 club bag. I'd actually do the opposite. I'd carry fewer clubs, spend less money, and learn the game faster. And the reason I'm making this video is simple. I see so many golfers making the exact same mistakes I made when I started. Not because they're careless, but because golf quietly pushes you in the wrong direction from day one. You walk into a pro shop, you see full sets, tool bags, shiny new releases, and somewhere along the way you start believing that this is what golf is supposed to look like if you want to belong. But if I was starting again today, knowing what I know now, this is exactly how I'd build my bag and why. Let's start with the biggest mindset shift I wish I had earlier. When I first started, I thought progress in golf meant adding things. More clubs, more options, more gear. In reality, progress comes from removing complexity. Golf is already hard. The fastest way to improve is to make it simpler. If I was starting again, I would build my bag around forgiveness, versatility, and confidence. Not ego. Not what looks impressive. Not what the pros are using. The first club I'd put in the bag is still a driver, but not the kind most beginners think they need. I wouldn't go for a low loft, low spin tour style head. I'd choose something forgiving with more loft than my ego wants to admit. 10.5 degrees at least, maybe even 12. Because when you're learning, the goal of the tee isn't maximum distance. It's actually keeping the ball in play, reducing stress, and giving yourself a second shot you can actually hit without any penalty shot. A driver that goes a little shorter but straighter will save you more strokes than any distance upgrade ever will. From there, I wouldn't touch a 3-wood yet. Not yet. Instead, I'd go straight to a 5 or 7 wood. It launches higher, it's easier to hit off the deck, and it's far more useful for most golfers than they realize. Off the tee, on the fairway, even in light rough, it gives you confidence instead of fear. Then comes one of the biggest changes I'd make if I started again. I would not carry long irons. No 3-iron, no 4-irons, probably not even a 5-iron. I'd replace them with a single hybrid somewhere around 21 to 24 degrees. One club that I learn inside out. One club I trust from the fairway, from the rough, and even around the greens when needed. When you're starting out, height and forgiveness matters far more than precision. And hybrids do that job better than long iron for almost everyone. Now this is where things really simplify. Instead of a full iron set, I'd carry just 3-iron, a 6-iron, an 8, and a pitching wedge. That's it. At first, that sounds limiting, but in reality, it forces you to learn most important skills in golf, distance control. You stop relying on a perfect club for every number and you start learning how to swing easier, hit knockdown shots, and manage your distances with feel instead of panic. You also stop standing over the ball wondering, oh, is it a hard 8 or a soft 7? You grab the club you trust and commit to the shot. And commitment alone will save you shots. For wedges, I'd keep it incredibly simple. One sand wedge, 56 degrees, that's it. One club that I learned to use from bunkers, pitches, chips, and short shots around the green. When you're starting out, you don't need 3 or 4 wedges with different grinds and bounces. You need one wedge that you understand and trust. Mastery beats variety every single time. And finally, the putter. This is the one club where price genuinely doesn't matter. If I was starting again, I'd choose a putter purely based on confidence. Blade or mallet, old or new, it doesn't matter. What matters is that when you stand over a 3-footer, you believe it's going in. Because putting is about trust and a little bit of technology. So that's the full bag if I were to starting again. Driver, 5-wood, hybrid, 6-iron, 8-iron, pitching wedge, sand wedge, and putter. Just 8 clubs. Every important shot covered. Nothing extra, nothing intimidating, nothing there just to impress anyone else. Now here's the part that really matters. If I had started with this setup, I wouldn't just have saved money. I actually would have learned golf faster. I would have played with less pressure and I would have enjoyed the game a lot more in those early years. Because the biggest mistakes beginners make isn't buying bad clubs, it's buying clubs they're not ready for yet. Golf doesn't reward having options. It rewards knowing what to do with the tools you have in your bag. And if this way of thinking resonates with you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This channel is about playing smarter golf spending less where it doesn't matter, and focusing on what actually helps you improve and play better. Let me leave you with a question. If you had to start again tomorrow, which club would you leave out of your bag? The one you carry, but never really trust. Drop it in the comments. I read every single one of them. And if you want to see how I applied the same minimalist thinking to saving money and lowering scores at the same time, check out my other video on the channel. Thanks for watching.